Imagine a world where global trade is not just faster, but smarter and more resilient. A container leaving Mumbai could reach Germany in nearly half the time, bypassing the old maritime choke points that have long defined commerce. This is the vision behind the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, or IMEC, a bold plan to redraw the map of global trade. IMEC aims to create a seamless network of ships, rails, and roads from India to Europe, fundamentally rethinking how goods, energy, and data flow across continents. For generations, the world has relied on vulnerable sea lanes like the Suez Canal, easily disrupted by accidents or conflict. IMEC offers a modern Silk Road, faster, more stable, and less dependent on any single point of failure. It's more than a trade route. It's a symbol of a changing world order, where new partnerships drive shared prosperity and stability. The journey will be challenging, but the potential to transform global supply chains and foster long-term growth is immense. IMEC is a massive multimodal transportation network, an integrated system moving goods seamlessly between ships, rails, and roads. The journey starts at Indian ports, with cargo shipped to the UAE, then transferred to a high-speed rail network crossing Saudi Arabia and Jordan. This overland route bypasses crowded maritime choke points, reaching Israeli ports before heading by sea to Europe. But IMEC is more than just moving goods. It's a digital and energy backbone. High-speed fiber optic cables will create a powerful data corridor, enhancing connectivity between Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Clean energy infrastructure, including grids and green hydrogen pipelines, positions IMEC as a sustainable, future-ready project. Along its path, logistics hubs and industrial zones will spark economic growth and innovation. By integrating transport, digital, and energy infrastructure, IMEC aims to connect three major economic regions faster and more efficiently than ever. It's a holistic approach to connectivity for the modern global economy. IMEC was formally unveiled at the G20 summit in New Delhi in September 2023, with India, the US, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, France, Germany, Italy, and the EU signing on. This wasn't just another policy, it was a statement of collective intent to build a new model of global connectivity. For India, it was a diplomatic triumph, positioning the country as a central architect of global trade infrastructure. The project aligns with India's ambitions to deepen ties with the Middle East and Europe, and to shape Indo-Pacific geopolitics. Backed by the US and EU, IMEC became a tangible international project with high-level political momentum. The announcement marked the transition from concept to action, signaling a new era of cooperation between three continents. IMEC's broad support comes from a convergence of economic and strategic interests. For India, it slashes transit times to Europe, boosts exports, and strengthens ties with the Gulf and Europe, while offering a transparent alternative to China's Belt and Road. For Saudi Arabia and the UAE, it's a chance to diversify their economies, attract investment, and become global logistics hubs. Europe gains a faster, more resilient supply chain and a potential green energy import route, reducing dependence on the Suez Canal. The corridor's clean energy focus aligns with the EU's Green Deal. For the US, IMEC counters China's influence and strengthens alliances in the Middle East, advancing American interests without bearing the full cost. IMEC is strategic multilateralism in action, offering partners economic opportunity and geopolitical leverage. It's a win-win for all involved. What sets IMEC apart is its integration of digital and green infrastructure. A high-capacity fiber optic network will link India, the Middle East, and Europe, boosting the digital economy and enabling real-time logistics. This digital spine supports advanced systems like AI-driven trade interfaces, making commerce faster and more transparent. Alongside, IMEC will develop interconnected electricity grids and pipelines for green hydrogen, leveraging the region's solar and wind resources. This renewable energy can power industry and transport, helping countries meet climate goals and reducing Europe's reliance on volatile energy markets. IMEC's dual focus on digital and green infrastructure makes it a strategic investment in a more connected, sustainable global economy. It's not just a transport project, it's a blueprint for the future. IMEC's greatest promise is resilience in global trade. Recent crises, from the COVID-19 pandemic to the Suez Canal blockage, have exposed the fragility of supply chains and over-reliance on key choke points. Attacks in the Red Sea have forced ships to reroute, adding weeks and costs to global shipping. IMEC offers a strategic bypass, a multimodal land and sea route that can keep trade flowing even when traditional routes are disrupted. The overland rail across the Arabian Peninsula is key, providing an alternative for high-value, time-sensitive goods. In a crisis, IMEC could serve as a vital relief valve, mitigating economic shocks. More than a backup, it diversifies and strengthens global supply networks. Businesses gain flexibility, choosing the fastest, cheapest, or safest route as needed. In an uncertain world, IMEC's resilience is a strategic necessity. Optimism after IMEC's G20 launch quickly met geopolitical reality. The Gaza-Israel conflict in October 2023 triggered a sudden pause, freezing diplomatic engagement and investor confidence. The planned northern leg through Jordan and Israel became too volatile for progress. Simultaneously, Houthi attacks on Red Sea shipping created a global crisis, ironically highlighting the need for IMEC's alternative route. These events exposed the fragility of existing trade corridors and the dependence on regional stability. The project's momentum stalled, but its strategic importance became even clearer. IMEC's success now depends not just on agreements, but on lasting peace and security. The lesson resilient trade corridors are as much about geopolitics as economics. IMEC's vision is inspiring, but the challenges are immense. Coordinating multiple nations with different laws, standards, and priorities demands unprecedented harmonization and a strong governing body. The financial cost is staggering, billions in investment with questions over who pays and how the burden is shared. Key infrastructure, especially rail links, must be built or upgraded, and there's a significant financing gap. Technical and logistical hurdles abound, from building railways through deserts to aligning digital and energy systems across borders. Environmental and social impacts must be managed to ensure sustainable development. Political risk is ever present. The corridor's success hinges on long-term regional stability and trust. Overcoming these obstacles will require sustained diplomacy, engineering, and shared commitment. Despite setbacks, IMEC's vision endures, rooted in humanity's drive to connect and build shared prosperity. History shows that great trade corridors face obstacles, but the promise of a better future drives progress. IMEC's success depends on perseverance, cooperation, and a focus on long-term stability. Recent disruptions have only strengthened the case for more robust, diversified networks. The corridor is not just a convenience. It's an insurance policy for the 21st century. Renewed diplomatic efforts and trust building are crucial for moving forward. Economic interdependence can be a force for peace, weaving together the destinies of India, the Middle East, and Europe. IMEC is an act of faith in a connected world. Its completion will require willpower, resources, and trust. If realized, it will stand as a monument to the enduring power of connection in a fragmented world.